Check, check, check. 2, 1, 2. Guys, I think we're live. I think we are live. Welcome back. It is today the 25th, right? Yeah, it's 25th. The 25th of January 2026 already. And the year's progressing. So far, it is not all too bullish. We're going to talk about the charts. We're going to talk about so many good things today, guys. Welcome. I see Björn, I see Swerfert. CRO is currently trading below 9 cents. We are in a bit of a pickle here. So you can see, right, we're right on this line. And I do hope we'll see a reversal. As you have seen many times. You can see also here. We quickly went below. But I need to see a reversal in the relative short term. We can see that Bitcoin, though, is the course. Bitcoin, it went all the way to 60, 86. But many people are like super bearish right now. I am not. I'm not super bearish. A few reasons. Well, one of the reasons is actually because the day isn't over, the week isn't over yet. It is all again, I think, due to the Canada tariff fears. It is pretty crazy. But nothing out of the ordinary. What I would like to point out, though, is that we are still creating higher lows. You can see, I might have to redraw this a bit more like this. It's hard to know exactly how to draw this, but there are definitely arguments to be made that you can say, hey, wait, we have to redraw these lines. But it is really that easy, guys. Let me remove all the noise. Let me remove everything. The simplest argument for a more bullish take is that if you take a look here, this is lower than where we are right now, right? This is lower than where we are right now. So as long as we are in this structure, it is creating higher lows. But of course, that's what we need to watch. Are we creating lower lows? Then we need to maybe talk about a different scenario as well. But for now, this is all still pretty freaking perfect. Especially also because what we talked about last week. Last week, I was actually super bullish because the weekly close looked absolutely phenomenal for Bitcoin. It was almost 10k higher. Almost 10k. And you can see that within hours before the end of the week, we started dumping. This was, I think, the final day. Oh, no. No, it was the Sunday. On Sunday, out of nowhere, big move to the downside. That meant we had a weekly close within the structure. And this week is a red week. Well, you can see, really, it's been like this for a long time. It's red week, green week, red week, green week. If we can flip this, you can hold this, I think it's all fine. Welcome, John. How much CRO needs to be bought monthly in order to price to stay flat regarding the unlocks? Zero additional CRO nip. And it's actually a good question because we had an unlock last week. I can show you quickly, if we go to my auto screen, I can show you that basically 0 CROs entering the market. And you can see that yourself as well if you take a look at the blockchain. Also, guys, I'm sorry for the lack of videos. Been a very busy week. As you guys know, I am job hunting. Had some discussions. And also, I'm preparing the wedding. I'm going to send out the wedding invitations. Maybe somebody watching is getting a wedding invitation. I don't know. I would say be strapped in at least. I'm not going to live stream the wedding, by the way, guys. Unfortunately not. I lost the name for it. That's so bad. Mint scan. There we go. Why can't you just accept everything is bearish? Because Penina, you can't say to me, you can't look at this screen and say to me it's all over. We are literally creating, so far at least, a higher low. Start over and stop the bullish news. It is how it is, sir. It is how it is. And also for Cronos specifically, Things are going into the right direction. Mr. Allen, thank you so much. Go to the weekly, draw your lines. This might be the lowest weekly close, but we don't have to close yet. We don't have to close yet, so it's honestly too soon to call. We made this video a week earlier, and we had a very bullish weekly close, but eventually in the final hours of the Sunday, it completely switched. So I'm not going to call it yet. But this might be the lowest weekly close so far. But that doesn't really tell you the whole story, of course. Because the whole story includes a higher low. Penina, I definitely... So, guys, I'm going to directly talk to Penina here. It's good that you have a certain insight. And I think it's really good that you try to also have a discussion about this. But it does seem like you have a very big tunnel vision. There's only one outcome that's bearish. What would I'm just curious, what would turn you bullish, Penina? What would turn you bullish? There are, of course, multiple outcomes possible. There are definitely multiple outcomes possible. Overall, also here, if you zoom out even more, we are also creating higher lows. I don't believe in a 4-year cycle. That's my personal take. It's also what Chris, he's the CEO of Crypto.com, mentioned already a year ago. So, yeah, previously, guys, it's all we knew. Well, things are shifting. By the way, guys, I haven't talked about this enough, but congratulations to all the gold bugs. Highest weekly close ever. Highest weekly close ever. Oh, no, actually not. But it doesn't... Well, it is. Highest weekly close for gold. What a weekly candle here. That's bullish. Bullish for gold. But silver, man. Silver is a true story. Silver is above $100. We talked about this beginning of the year, but this is way too quick. It is absolutely going parabolic. Where will it stop? Nobody knows. Personally... When I think it will stop, when there is a bit more certainty in the world. So maybe a shutdown would be good. A shutdown is happening, guys. Welcome. Hey, Polari. I remember watching you before the big CRO upside in August. Did you make a good profit from this? I have my own targets, and what happened in August was below my target, so I didn't sell. That wasn't ever the case for me. So no, I made no profits. But it did show me, Polari, it did show me the potential. Potential is still there. There is still pumponomics, or pumpamentals, I would say. But we need to hold at this point somewhere. That's the truth. Gia, welcome. Gold and silver will have a correction, but as of now, no. True. I believe so too, sir. I believe so too. At some point, but when? I think it will be very much colliding with like big political decisions. Maybe a new Fed chair. More printing? Maybe more printing would actually be still good for silver. Demand outweighs supply. So I don't know. I've got this news or some theories from people on X, for example, that we're waiting for the Chinese New Year. I don't know when Chinese New Year is, actually. Oh, we're going to talk, by the way, about the CRO wallet. When is Chinese New Year? Chinese New Year? In about 70 more days. This is, by the way, very confusing. Is it February 17 or is it March 3rd? Dates may vary. Do they have multiple calendars? That's weird. Very weird. My goal is 3 times the wedding selling goal and more. That was one of my goals, actually. For anyone wondering, I have a wedding coming up, and I made the agreement with my wife to be the fiance. When CRO would hit about 60 cents, we could pay for the wedding with the small wedding wallet we had. So I have a sell target at 60 cents, still there. Did you close your leverage on CRO? No. Definitely still there. Long-term leverage. If needed, I can add some additional collateral, but it's still good so far. Chinese New Year is based on the lunar calendar, so it changes from one year to another. But that doesn't really explain why it shows 2 dates in the same year, right? Or is it the month? Interesting. John is buying the dip. Ooh, Perps is killing crypto. I wouldn't say killing, but it definitely didn't help on the 10th of October. In the end, though, Perp is just like a tool. What we're looking for, guys, is long-term fundamental use cases. For example, stablecoins. And I don't know, I think somebody talked about this on Discord or maybe in the chat already earlier today. There are a lot of things going to change regarding credit cards. Credit cards, guys, will have a max of 10% interest. And that's still quite high. But currently, credit cards, not these, by the way, not these. Well, I think the Crypto.com credit card also has quite a high interest. But these credit cards, 20 to 30% interest currently. Trump wants to put a limit on that maximum amount of interest. I think it will be 10%. 10% max limit. However, if they're going to reduce the max amount of interest, that's also the whole revenue model. They're making money on people paying the interest. So the idea is, or the expectation is that once the max limit is in place for the credit card debt, that also the amount of rewards, so typically I think you can get like a few different percentages of rewards on your credit card, is going to change. But then come the crypto credit cards or the crypto cards. Like for example, Crypto.com, ETHFi, we got Gemini, we got Coinbase. They also make money on a different way, not just the interest really from the crypto debt interest, also from people buying crypto, but also stablecoin holding. So there's a complete different revenue model possible thanks to these crypto cards. So very interesting. Watch the space, guys. Definitely watch the space. I think there can be a big few launches regarding crypto cards. Maybe also a run for the more regular Joes towards these crypto cards. But yeah, let's talk about it a bit later. Crash incoming. It's maybe a slow crash. I don't believe in a big flash crash. This is more like slow bleed. Bargain basement prices. True out, sir. True out. Yeah, so one of the big things, guys, I want to talk about in a dedicated video is a recent tweet by no one other than, I need to check, than Ryan. Ryan, CEO of Cronos. Big few things coming up, guys, also with the new hires. Will be a different video. To give you a quick sneak peek, though, I made a tweet about this. This is big. Absolutely huge. A Cronos rebrand coming soon. So one thing, guys, if you want to see this video, don't forget to hit the like button, of course, strap in by subscribing for new videos. Ouch, that actually hurt. But yeah, this is actually going to be quite cool. A Cronos rebrand. And we're going to have a dedicated video because this is a big topic that we need to dive into. So let's talk about the question, though, by Nip. How much Cronos need to be bought monthly in order for the price to stay flat? That's a good question. So let's go to Mintscan, and everybody can check this. All you got to do is you have to go to Cronos POS on Mintscan. There you can see a few things. If I can, for example, go to accounts. And if you go to accounts, you will see the rich list. With the number one account being this here, ending on 4H. This account has 58 billion CRO. And this is the strategic reserve, the Cronos strategic reserve. This one is important because you can see here in the vesting schedule. Can I open this? I can't, unfortunately. But you can see every month we have vesting. That's also why Nip is mentioning the 1.1 billion. It's actually 1.16 billion, but yeah. Who cares about, you know, 0.66666. The question though is, we have vesting. That means an unlock. Things are going to hit the market typically, but it's not really the case here. It's not the case here, Nip. What happened, if you take a look really at other accounts, is that they're still holding. I think this is a great example here. So this wallet, it received tokens from the other wallet. You can see, let me check. Yeah, I think here it is. Receive. It received here 2.3 billion CRO. 2.3 billion CRO. So what keeps happening? It doesn't hit the market. It doesn't really hit the market here. It is just being sent from one wallet to another. In theory, it is all still not circulating supply. Officially this, but nothing is truly hitting the market. That's also why they're saying it's straight going into an escrow account and not into the open market to dilute what we're buying or selling. It's still an issue though, of course. We need to be very transparent. And also, I've been tracking this with the Trump wallet as well. Trump wallet is connected to this strategic reserve in some way or another. And definitely recommend checking out the whole video because it's on the channel. It's a bit of an investigation. And it's going all over the place, guys. It's going all over the place. Nicholas is saying they want to shake out more people from the market. I wouldn't be surprised. More perps being liquidated. But the funny thing is, I thought I was seeing this on the future. So crypto is dumping. This is the S&P. It closed on Friday. So it will open up tomorrow again. And I believe, yeah, so the futures for the S&P are looking green today. Oh no, it's actually not open yet. No, it's not open yet. I'm sorry, guys. I thought they opened up, but they're opening up in a few more hours. But yeah, so the future, I'm looking forward to what the futures will do really for the stock market as well. The Dutch stock market almost closed. I think it closed at the highest weekly close ever. Yeah, or very close to it actually. It's a very bullish week for the majority of stock markets out there. Even though we have had all the fears for tariffs and retaliation against the NATO, it's overall still sky high. And yeah, gold, of course, it's crazy. No, nothing else I can say about it. It's crazy. Again, guys, thank you so much for tuning in today. I see beautiful people. Silver and gold bullish is also one of the reasons why crypto is bearish. True that, like all the money is going into this. Everyone is seeing money potential in gold now. Friends are saying 4-year cycle's dead. I believe so. Will the 1st of February be the first day of the shutdown? Oh, okay. So wait. The 17th, we're talking about Chinese New Year, guys. So one of the reasons why we might see silver and gold pumping is because Chinese New Year is coming. And apparently, like, traditional gifts are gold and silver. Or gold rings, silver rings, jewelry in general. So they have multiple days. Interesting. What's your approach with Ampli or Tectonic? Do you keep your holdings low on the platform and store them securely in your own custody? Or do you maintain high holdings as a hedge? A bit of both. Actually, Björn. So the more money you keep there, the more potential there is for more collateral. Therefore, you can loan more. So there is more potential the more you put in the platform. But of course, it's always risky. Like, there is risk involved with DeFi platforms. And it's not necessarily that they can... yeah, there are multiple kinds of risk, actually. Like, one of the reasons, guys, why on the 10th of October, everything completely collapsed was partially due to, for example, I lost the name for it. It was partially due to, for example, the pricing tools. Some pricing tools were not working correctly, and therefore, when it started manipulating one market, one US dollar pair, it completely wrecked the whole market, because it basically thought the market thought that $1 US wasn't worth $1 US anymore. And of course, that should not be happening. The market should be protected against this counterparty risk. But yeah, it's crazy. Chinese years are confusing me. Is it what kind of year is it actually? I've always known that these years, the Chinese New Year, they have animals. I mean, is it the year of the bear? Is it? It follows a 12-year cycle. It's the year of the horse. This, guys, was the year of the snake, and I feel it. It's also how the chart looks like. This is basically, the chart is playing snake with me now. It needs to fit within these lines. That's all it needs to do. By the way, that was the logarithmic chart. I do prefer the non-logarithmic for this one specifically. By the way, like the euro, it's performing so well again. We've been talking about US dollar losing its dominance, but you can see really it's been breaking out for a long time. I'm curious if we will see again like €1 being worth 150 in dollars. Like it was always beginning of 2000. Several days of holiday. I wouldn't mind. It's not looking good, Jay Smith is saying. How low are we expecting Bitcoin to go by end of Q1? Should we accept that 70k is likely? We talked about this, of course, and there's no guarantee here in crypto. But we need to hold this. As long as we hold this low here, Jay Smith, I don't think it's worth discussing any lower targets. This is all still fine if you ask me. It's creating, for Bitcoin specifically, in higher low. Altcoins though, altcoins are hurting now. Because I do believe CRO just hit a minor. It's minor, but it is low. You can see here that Cronos, it's creating a bit of a lower low. But I think it did so multiple times and it still recovered. In the past at least. So here it keeps going down and of course it goes up again. Let's see. Blake, welcome. Good to see you, sir. Solid Snake, strapping in as well. Cannot wait for the February announcement. I think it can be quite huge. Soon, guys, will be able to announce also the date for the interview. Mr. Allen, did you get a CRO credit card? It's unfortunately not available here in the Netherlands. It isn't. Only available in the US, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to get the CRO or Crypto.com credit card, only in the US. Other countries, debit cards. But I don't mind debit cards. Debit cards are great. Debit cards are great. I think they help you in budgeting. They help you in multiple ways. Circulating supply is 27.2 billion. Total supply is about 38.9 and max is still 100 billion. So the big thing, of course, about February is going to be the burns. What will exactly be done regarding burns? What will this whole Cronos rebrand do? That will all be announced in February. It's interesting. It's really interesting what all will be happening in the new year. MK, welcome. Just joined. Why are we dipping so hard? It is nice though to accumulate now. So I think the biggest reason why we are dipping down is Trump. It's always Trump, right? It's always Trump. It's a bit of Trump, but also it's a bit of the Japanese stock market or the Japanese bond market. Where is it? I don't know where it is. There was a tweet about Canada and stuff. But unfortunately, it's all Truth Social. There are actually two big reasons. We also got Iran. We're still waiting for the riots to stop, or maybe the regime to fall. It's interesting. We also have still the shutdown coming up soon. Well, there's a low chance for shutdown, but there might be a chance for shutdown. This is in Minnesota. We got the ICE agents, of course. There are a lot of things happening now. That's why people are, you know, they want some safety. And the US dollar is going down, but Bitcoin is going down a bit more. I want the price of CRO to go to below 7 cents, and then I will get the debit card to start getting cash back. We want the CRO price to be lower to get more cash back, right? I've got enough cash back at this point. I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind that it goes up a little bit more. I wouldn't mind. Can't wait. Me too, Luca. Can't wait. Thank you so much again for the shout out, by the way, on X. Absolutely legend. Yeah, been a busy week, guys. Next week again, I'm gonna make some more. I'm gonna make 3 videos. That's the goal. I have. So I don't know if you guys have been through like this job interview period ever. I'm right now in like no man's land. I'm waiting for responses. I've sent out a few different motivation letters and, you know, resumes, and I'm just waiting to get some response. I'm hustling hard to get as much dollars as possible regarding salary, so I can buy more CRO, of course. The recovery will be sharp. Like, you can see how quick it goes, right? It goes quickly up, and it also goes quickly down. As long as it is within this range here, like this overall range, it's all fine. Shang Tsung, welcome. CRO to the moon. Tat, welcome. Or the Dash T. Good luck with the marriage. I need that. The Coin Baroness. No, she's great. She's great. Thank you. On another note, is it true that you will have to pay taxes on unrealized gains starting 2028? And are you planning to move out? No. Yes, it's true. So I will quickly look for the tweet, but it's people are truly unrealized. I think there are so many tweets about this now. But this is a news story. Netherlands to tax unrealized Bitcoin gains. It isn't only Bitcoin gains, it's in general everything, stocks, crypto, everything you make, it needs to be taxed. And they base your gains on the end of the year. So in theory, you have to pay your taxes in, I would say April, June. But the moment of setting the snapshot, basically, that's the end of the year. So let's say this year, so far, we, well, at this point, the exact snapshot was took over here at 86K, 86.7. So you would not have like, you would have less than you actually made, because basically, in a year time, I think you made a profit. No. Actually not. You made a loss this year. This was a red year. Yeah, this was a red Bitcoin year. So you wouldn't have any unrealized gains. You would have unrealized losses. Well, yeah, in this year, guys, let's say we take an example of 2024. You would have this amount of gains. Let's say you had 1 Bitcoin. in theory, you had about $50,000 of unrealized gains. And you would have to pay 36%. That's the tax. However, they miss all kind of different details. It's like everyone is talking about this on crypto Twitter, like, what? You have to pay taxes on unrealized gains? It has been this way forever. It has been this way for freaking ever. However, it's now going up. The amount of money you have to pay is going up. And they're doing some other small things. There is a simple solution though, and that's setting up a corporation. Yeah, it's people are making a big fuss about this, but it's not that big, truly. As Charlie Munger said, guys, don't follow the noise, just focus on your targets. If you believe in CRO, don't panic. True that. That's also why I didn't sell, right? That's why I didn't sell personally. But of course, don't listen to people. Make your own plans. Like Charlie Munger, I think he died, unfortunately, didn't he? He was a rich man, though. Zelinka, good to see you, sir. Strap in. Ow. These straps are, you know, quite crappy today. 5 cents I'm loading up this week. I don't think we'll go to 5 cents this week. That would be very unlikely if you ask me. Basically, there was a rate call by the Fed on USD, the yen, and it caused people to sell USD, which pushed the euro and the Japanese yen as well. I've heard they want to help the bonds, the Japanese bonds. That would be good though, because Japanese bond rates, I find it hard to look up, guys. Here it's a specific code. I always forget exactly which one it is. But yeah, the Japanese bond yields, they were out of order. I think typically when interest rate goes up, yeah, typically, like let me check. That's something I can look up. Yeah, I think that's the crazy part here, guys. So to quickly give you a bit of information. So this week, you can see the last 2 weeks, the Japanese yen has been gaining against the US dollar. But I believe that the interest rates, so the interest rates have been low, like always been very, very low for the Japanese yen. However, recently they've been hiking them. So typically expect when the interest rates go up, you get more rewards for holding your Japanese bonds. So therefore, the yen should go up. But instead of going up, it went down. That's not what typically happens. So they started also with some relief programs, I believe. It's crazy what's happening. Keeps buying the dip here. Thank you for your kind voice, sir. Aye. Are we going to create a lower low? That's the big question, guys. Are we going to bounce? Like, so far, I don't know if it wants to bounce. The low we set here on the 18th of December, that was at 84k. So if anything, I would say 84k would be like the big resistance. But let's see though. I think in the end we all have to run away from exchanges. I think for many people it's too difficult. The same way we can't run away from banks because it's so intertwined. Like, if I want to buy a house, the only real way these days is to get a mortgage from a bank. It's so hard actually to live without an actual bank. I wish really I was debanked, so I could have to try. I would have to try to live without a bank. I think it would be quite hard. Taxes might be one of the reasons though why privacy coins are pumping hard. True. I recommend though, guys, to always pay your taxes, pay your due. Because one day they might find out and you're screwed. Because it's, you know, what the thing is, guys, about, you know, privacy tokens, it's, you can't keep them private, but at some point you might want to cash out. At some point you might want to cash out. And then it's like, hey, you put some US dollar maybe. I don't know if you, I think you can trade also. You can, I think you can trade like Zcash on a decentralized network with like DeFi tools, DEXs. Maybe the tax authority might ask questions when you're putting like suddenly $1,000 to pay, I don't know, maybe you want a new car, pay for a trip, whatever. They might start to ask questions. Where did you guys get this from? You know, that's the big thing. Same also with gold, right? If you start selling gold, at least here, they need to ask the questions. Whether you, I think they need to ask some questions depending on really the amount you're selling, though. If you're trying to sell like bars, like the kilos of gold, they're going to ask questions. They need to report it at least. If the dollar goes down in value, it's going to be easier for the US government to pay their debt. I don't know if it works that way. Does it work that way? Depends on what they have to, what they made, what kind of agreement they made. Marcel, welcome. Can we go to 7 cents this week? That would be a big drop, sir. That would be a very big drop. If we're going to like 6 cents, let's talk about the potential like 6 cent dump. Like that would mean that we go down an additional 40%. Oh no, wait. Additional 30%. Is it possible? Nothing is impossible, crypto guys. Nothing. Is it likely? I don't necessarily think so. We need to watch Bitcoin, guys. It's all we need to do now. And yes, if this keeps continuing like this for Bitcoin, Pro might struggle in the short term. But if, I think that's just my base case still, I think we will go back in the box very soon. Very soon. And if we do something like this, I think also Crow might get some quick gains. I think today we dumped like $0.50. That's already quite a big move. We went from about 9.3. 9.3, yeah, 9.3 all the way now to 8.75. Dumped $0.50. That's already quite a big move. Minus 5%. There was suspicion the bank... Sorry. The Bank of Japan also did a rate call, which was later followed by the FAT. The FAT one is confirmed, apparently, but the BOJ, Bank of Japan call, hasn't been confirmed yet. Very interesting. When is the next FOMC, by the way? We're not talking about this enough. FOMC, guys. Cheaper money. I think it's really likely we'll have a new rate cut again. I lost the name of it. Here we go. Oh, it's in 2 more days. Okay, interesting. Like, a big majority believes we'll get a rate cut. Oh, wait, no, wait. That's not a rate cut. That's actually staying neutral, right? Let me check here. So here we got the rate lines. I'm a bit sleepy today, guys. I'm sorry. Ay. Yeah, that's the same rate, actually. So no, we don't expect a rate cut. I kind of expected a bit of a rate cut because, like, if you take a look at the inflation numbers, inflation is down significantly. So no expectation of rate cut in the next 2 days. Or basically 3 days. The state of the US economy currently is that it's desperately needing to lower rates to make debt repayments cheaper. So the US likely to see high inflation so they can prioritize paying down debt. As long as Jerome Powell is in the lead, it does seem like it's not going to happen though. But as Trump has been talking about for a long time, there is going to be a replacement coming for Jerome very soon. The thing is though, and this is important to remember for anyone out there, Jerome Powell is not going to leave the Fed. The Fed is not just the chair. The Fed is actually a board with many, many people out there. And I do believe they all have their own vote. Jerome will have his vote. I think there are in total 8 or 9 people. I'm not entirely sure there. I still believe it's mainly based on... They're trying to get consensus. Like the favorite outcome is that they all agree on the outcome. Recently, they have been very much divided. Some political discourse also there. But yeah, that's interesting. They could borrow 0% or really low interest rates would provide a lot of liquidity in the stock market. Now they are closing positions to not get killed by higher interest rates though. True. True. I would love lower interest rates. Robert, thank you so much. Buy, borrow, die. That's a good way to get rid of debt, right? Thank you so much. Robert, thank you so much. A 50 RON donation. That's so kind of you, Robert. How are you doing, by the way, sir? How are you doing? Peter's here confirming no rate cut expectation. Nicholas also saying neutral. Very slight chance, really, of a rate cut. Yeah, you can see also here. The current rate is to 350. It's hard to read. I've been not looking at this enough. Like, it seems like the whole talk, it changed. Like, we've been talking about the Fed like forever, like freaking forever. All we talked about was the Fed, and now all we talk about is Trump, tariff, Iran, ICE. Good times for CRO. It's a good time if you want to buy cheap, right? Great time if you want to buy cheap. Also for CRO, I'm still seeing the higher lows. That's the overall picture, like long term, right? That's the overall picture I'm still looking at. Maybe I have to redraw this a little bit. You can see it doesn't fit exactly. I need to maybe fiddle a bit with it. I would say this is beautiful. It's not perfect, guys. It's about the overall structure, though. You can also see, right? It's very clear. It follows its trend, but sometimes it overshoots. Also here, but the overall week, I think the week it closed perfectly like this. Yeah, the week closed perfect like this. Right on the line. So they do typically try to respect these big levels. It's a board of people making an overall decision. Not one person making a decision. It winds me up when you get idiots who pin rate decisions exclusively on Powell's shoulder. I believe though that Powell does have the winning vote in case of a draw. But the chance to get a draw is, I think, very slight. Please stay positive. Don't go live if you're sleepy. No. I'm always positive, sir. But the thing is, I've been to so many conferences. I talked to so many people, right? Like the fundamental use case for crypto becomes bigger and bigger. Like adoption is coming there. Like banks are trying to adopt as well. Banks are fighting. I think the saying is, if you can't win, join them, right? And that's happening now. It's literally happening now. I saw that Binance, they were trying to get into the Mika bill in Greece. I saw that trying to power, I believe, the Belarus economy. It's going to be integrated more and more. It's the internet, really, the money of the internet. Nobody wants this, the dollar. You can see if you take a look at the DXY, DXY is a clear trend. This is a big week, actually. This is my target rate for DXY. I do expect it to go here at some point, at least. And this, by the way, let me quickly say why I think this would be bullish, by the way. If we go here, it would be corresponding with the end of the bull market in 2021. And if you go here, like if we drop even further, if we go there, it would correspond truly to the first peak of the 2021 bull market for Bitcoin. And to give you guys a bit of a reminder, how did that look again? That was over here. This was when the dollar was extremely cheap. So let's hope we don't go down to that level. Let's hope we actually see, if we go down, that we also, like, typically it's the inverse, right? If the DXY, where's the DXY? I removed it. Typically, if this goes down, then the Bitcoin goes up. Chris actually promised us to wait until March of 2026. I hope he keeps his word. I am excited about the future. I don't know what Watch will do, though. I don't know how much power Chris has. Typical populist politics makes you angry or fearful that somebody less wealthy than you will steal your lunch, all whilst those much more wealthy than you steal your money through inflation. And they will tax it even more. A bit busy lately, not good timing with you guys, but here I am prepared for the moment, waiting for March, to be honest. It's all boring, it's all not much is happening, but you know what the thing is? You know what the thing is? I talked about this with Oscar as well last week, or this week. The longer it takes for us to break down, the better it is. Everybody's been talking about a 70k Bitcoin for a long time, but the longer we don't create a lower low, the better it is. Because, let's be very honest, where were we? Where were we? Like a few months after the height. You can see we had the peak here. And we dipped a lot here. You can see we dipped a lot. From 69 all the way to about 50%. It was a 50% drop. It took quite some time. It took 150 days before it truly started collapsing down. Where are we now? We're not yet at 150 days. I can tell you that much. But at some point, I do believe we will surpass that. At some point, we will surpass that. You can see we're now at 170 days. If we can hold basically for one more month, I think that the chances of a bear market are becoming slimmer and slimmer and slimmer. Just based here on timing, right? It's of course no given, but typically if we truly are heading into a bear market, the times are bad. Like continuously they're pushing down on you. And now it's not that bad, honestly. It's not that bad yet, at least. Also, we didn't have a minus 50% drop. We have had like a minus 30% drop. What happened, by the way, with the bear market before that? Well, there was basically, I would say there was one rebound here. We went from 19 to 5, all the way back to 12. So first, a 70% drop. And then we had here a 90% pump. But I would say after this, it was done. Then they were done and dusted. That took about 80 days. This took about 80 days. We have surpassed that price point or that date already. So the longer we stay here, we stay, you know, we're struggling, but we're still swimming, right? We're swimming. Chopping, swimming, whatever you guys call it. We're still holding. The longer we hold, the better it is. And you can see, right, with gold or silver, it can go so quickly. This, guys, is a 3x in 1 year. In literally 1 year, it went 3x from $28 all the way to 105. Even more than a 3x. Crazy. Almost a 4x. And that's for something with like a crazy market cap as well. I think the market cap of silver is pretty comparable to gold. Let me check. Market cap of silver. $5.8 trillion. Estimated, of course, because of course we don't know exactly how much silver is in the ground. And we don't know exactly how much is mined, but a $5 trillion market, that's more than Bitcoin. It's a lot more than Bitcoin, actually. Thanks for asking, sir. Well, you're welcome. I'm always happy to see you, sir. And guys, I know it's a long wait. It's a long wait. It's a boring wait. It's not fun. It's but the fortune favors the brave, and fortune favors the patient. Let's assume Bitcoin continues to hold back, with good news expecting in February and March. We'll be able to see sustained upward momentum. For example, what we see with BNB. Or is it simply too early for CRO? Okay, so 2 things about that, Björn. 2 things. Like, this is a fundamental case, right? Like, let's assume Bitcoin is steady. Then the question is, fundamentally, are there fundamentals in place for CRO? That's the question, right? And I would say yes. 2 reasons. One is additional demand. We do expect in March the ETF to go live, trading of the CRO staked CRO ETF. That's fundamentally bullish for demand. And also the treasury. The treasury in theory is buying more CRO from the market. From Media Group CRO. It's a big thing. And it will start trading only once it's approved by the SEC. Big thing there. We don't need a shutdown. If we get a shutdown of the US government, again, yes, again, guys, in that case, maybe the SEC is going to go on leave again and we have no approval. But I don't believe we will get this whole shutdown. I don't think it will happen again. I think people know that, especially during the call. By the way, I don't know if any Americans are watching. I hope you're doing good, because I've heard the cold is unbearable in the US now. I've heard minus 38 Celsius, like, that's basically as cold as in Kamchatka in the frozen tundras of Russia. Like, that's really cold. So please, guys, I hope you're doing fine. Stay within your home. Make it cozy. Get some candles. You know, have some fun. Get some hot cocoa if possible. And I hope you guys will survive the bear cold. Because after the bearish winter, always a good summer comes. And talking about summer, let's talk a bit more about the fundamental things, right? Fundamentally, also we have a new kind, not a roadmap, but some public plans being shared in February. And in the summer, we expect the first all-in-one trading app to go live. Watch tomorrow's video for more details regarding that, guys. Cord, welcome. Good to see you. Makers, good to see you as well. Hey, I'm strapped in. Star Fox is saying. I like that, sir. I like that. Hey, Bitcoin is bouncing from this line. It's interesting. Let's hope it holds. Again, no lower low. No lower low. CRO is also going back up a little bit here now. I like best case scenario, guys. Best case scenario, we pump a little bit back up here. And I want to be at about 8, let's say 9 cents. If you go up 2 more %, we can do that, definitely. I think CRO is a beautiful weekly close. And why do I say that? Well, guys, typically every time 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have had 6 occasions so far where we bounce at this line. Maybe even more. So let's see. FedShare has the deciding vote only when you have an undecided board. Powell might want a 0.5 rate cut, but when the rest of the board could overrule him and say no, let's increase rates by 0.5. Ah, okay, yeah. He has no, like, veto, right? No veto for him. I'm curious, though. Do I expect that also, even in March, we didn't get a rate cut? And in April, we didn't get a rate cut. In June, we might get a rate cut, but it's very, very slowly now. Getting very, very slowly now. What are you buying, Kurt? What are you selling now? I don't know. When things are boring like this, guys, I recommend to play a few games again. I'm trying to rediscover gaming. Like, I haven't had fun with gaming in a while, but since I'm on a job hunt as well, like in the night, I'm trying to, you know, play some games. I'm a PC gamer at heart. As far as I'm concerned, we're only in a bear market if we drop below the April 2025 low. Otherwise, this is just a new market higher low. So, for anyone wondering, what is Pete saying about this? Well, he is pointing towards a longer time frame. So, we're talking about this here. The question, are we going to create a higher low than this here? But Pete is saying, well, zoom out. This is what you need to watch. Are we going lower than 74k? If not, you can say, well, we are in an overall uptrend still. Remember, guys, we haven't seen countries talk about the crypto that much in the past year. There used to be silent about the market. Nowadays, I see Trump talk about crypto more than the US stock market. I think even today he talked about crypto. Like, he's saying US became the crypto capital of the world. He's actually really, really, really bullish about crypto. I think he has some friends. For anyone wondering, by the way. So the Trump family is big in crypto. To give you an example. Where is it? So we got here, for example, we got the USD1 currency. Of course, by no one other than the Trump family. We also got World Liberty Financial, Trump company. Where is the Trump token? Wow, the official Trump token, guys. I remember it going to like 50, right? Yeah. Yeah, man. Meme coins, right? Falling down minus 90% on the year. But hey, it's fine. We didn't need a Trump token, and we also didn't need a Melania token. Hey, Shap, welcome. Good to see you, man. Guys, I see Striker all the time in a Discord, and the Discord is open to anyone over here. So don't forget to join the Discord. We have discussions there on the daily. We share also some news when it comes out fresh. So don't forget to join the Discord. Link is in the description down below. And also, if you are a member, don't forget to join our members channel as well. It will cost you, I think, $5 a month on YouTube, but it's the exclusive channel. Whoa, minus 50 degrees in Canada, guys. That's Celsius, and that's very cold. Bring up the chart for Melania. Oh man, I'm afraid. Melania. Oof, oof, oof. Ooh, that one is even worse. Like, Trump is holding, but Melania? Oh, no. That one was, oh, that's dirty, man. This token is literally down 99. Yeah, 99%, right? From $14 to about 14 cents. Ouch. 14 Celsius in Greece. I love that, man. So we're trying to get a how you call that? Honeymoon. We might go to a Greek island. We might go to overseas. I don't know. It's a surprise, actually. We asked the company to arrange the how do you say, the honeymoon for us. So we don't know where we're going. Might be Europe. Might be Asia. Might be America. -4 in Slovenia. I want to go to Slovenia one day. And Kuwait. I also want to go to Kuwait, definitely. We got a few crazy people also from the Cronos community that, you know, come from Kuwait. I don't know if you're the same person. We got Crypto Kuwait. I met him in Amsterdam. He was a true great chap, man, really. 11 degrees sounds great, though. If Crow hits 6 cents, I'm attending you. Oh, 60 cents, I'm attending your wedding. You know, if we hit 60 cents before I'm getting, yeah, actually that's possible. I'm not going to promise that. you know the thing is, guys, about crypto, it can go so quick. It can go so quick. So it is possible that we go to 60 cents in March, or in May, or in June, or in September. One thing though, it typically takes 39 weeks from pump to pump. 39 weeks from pump to pump. You can see here, 40 weeks. 39. It takes 39 weeks. It's a typical cup, right? Cup. When is it 39 weeks? When have we finished 39 weeks from this high? 39 weeks. That will bring us to June. It is possible in June we hit a new high. Like that will be the typical time frame for from high to high to high. That's what happened before. Of course, guys, like with this 8-ball, history isn't always the best, you know, prediction, but let's ask the 8-ball. Their 8-ball, will we hit 60 cents in June of 2026 for the CRO token? Positively. Guys, 8-ball just confirmed positively 60 cents in June of 2026. So, do you think Melania is going to pump in 5 days for Melania? Will it be a Melania film? That, like, if anything, like what I would do to give this token also some utility, I would give free tickets for anyone that's holding like what's a good amount? Like if you hold 1,000 Melania tokens or 100 Melania tokens, I would give you a free ticket to the cinema. That would be cool. I don't know though. I don't know anything about Melania. I have zero clue. I don't follow the meme token. I'm the wrong person to ask, Shang. Maybe I think you know more about it. Crow was doing great before the downgrade of the Visa cards. I don't think that was a smart move by Chris and his team. Then they also had the unburn. Well, it's actually crazy, mister, because if I take a look now at the cards, these are super competitive cards. Like super competitive. So, of course, it goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down. I kind of expected that when I signed up for the card. I think many people didn't, though. It's only about a percentage. In the end, I'm holding all the Crow. I'm getting cash back. I'm holding the Crow for better days. I also made a video about me buying a car. I bought a car with the card. And all the cash back, you know, theoretically, if Crow goes to $2, the cashback I got for the car I bought, will be enough to fully pay for the car. So it doesn't really matter, guys. If let's say they're going to downgrade to like 3% tomorrow or 2%, it is possible. It is possible, but I don't think so. But you have to think about the potential of Crow, not really about the percentage of cashback. Satisfied with the Jade Green? Nice to hear. I got pushed a trailer on YouTube about Melania. Ah, okay. They're pushing. Guys, I'm going to hit the bat soon. But don't forget to hit the like button as well. Yeah. Let's quickly take a peek here. So CRO, it is moving up again a little. We also see that Bitcoin... Oh, you can't see it. Bitcoin is almost back at 87. It needs to go back into this triangle. It would be the best, I would say. And I think it will manage. CRO needs to go back to about 9 cents. And I think, guys, we're all still holding on. I would say let's discuss this more on Thursday. On Thursday, we have a new stream. Same time, 9 p.m. Amsterdam time, guys. Same day, same channel, same stream, whatever. Let's talk about it more. And also tomorrow, don't forget to join in because we'll have to release the Cronos rebrand video. And for anyone wondering, Cronos rebrand, what? Yes, it's going to happen. Don't forget to follow me on my X profile. You can see here. Cronos rebrand coming soon. That's tomorrow's video, guys. Don't forget to hit the like button, strap in, and let's talk soon again. Let's talk soon, guys. Thank you so much. Rose gold, nice. Very nice. Oh, I love curve as well.